Morning, everyone. Hope you're doing okay this morning. Right, I've just checked my woke up to Facebook and it's given me a 30-day ban now, so it's not a week. My friend Dan put a status up yesterday, tagged all my accounts, and said it'll be a week. It's a month. They said they're gonna let me off apparently on the 3rd of March, which is the day before um the real inauguration. So yeah, I'm just staying off it. I have got inbox if you need to get hold of me, but God, people got to be wondering what's going on. I know I keep saying this, but do you honestly think that they're taking people's accounts away because because the government is trying to protect you from us? Do you honestly believe that? It's bizarre, because it's all right for me to get I do you know what? I don't even think it's Facebook most of the time. I think my mistake is commenting on other people's posts, and my mistake is leaving my profile open for anyone to just report me. And I think if I comment on someone's post, somebody just reports the comments. And I'll never know who it is. I'll never know who it is. That's the issue with it. So, like when I had the comment for saying the British were cowards, well, they are. A lot of them are. That's evident. I'm not lying. We can see that, or we wouldn't be in this mess, would we? Someone obviously reported that comment, which got me the initial 7-day ban, and then I've got another 30-day ban for calling people obedient slaves. Yet at the same time, I can be on a post being called deluded, uneducated, thick, wish dead, wish to have, put away in prison, to be sort of mentally incapacitated, to have me put away in a mental institution, to have my child taken off me, you effing this, you effing that, selfish, disgusting, dangerous. They don't get any bans, mind. They don't even get a warning. It's unbelievable. Why are you even asking that? And apparently mine is for bullying and harassment. But when people are bullying and harassing me day in, day out, they don't even get a slap on the wrist, never mind a ban for 30 days. And you think this is fair in any way? Of course it's not. Do you know what I mean? Of course it's not. They're only attacking and censoring one kind of people. Otherwise they would take the paedophile pages down from Facebook and Twitter. No, they're still up there, mind. They're still up there, openly stating, that they like little girls and little boys. I've reported them, and I've never ever reported anyone in my life. I've blocked people when it gets too much, but I have never reported anyone for saying anything, because I believe whatever you say, you have the right to say it. Whether or not you're calling me all the names under the sun, you have got the right to say it, right? That's called freedom of speech. However, I have reported the pedo pages on Facebook and whatever, as many of you have, and I just get a thingy back saying, oh, they've not breached community standards. What? And you really believe that that's normal, do you? For me to get kicked off for a month for calling the British cowards, and paedophile pages are fully up and running, thousands of members and all on it, mind, all over social media, and that doesn't go against community standards, and you think this is because the government are trying to keep you safe from people like me? Right, okay, yeah, it's just absolutely incredible. I just hope something changes. I don't know. I think maybe Facebook's probably going to go down the pan at some point, and Twitter, because, they took a $51 billion loss in a couple of days a few weeks ago, right? Just to help with the cabal, basically, just to help demonize Trump and all the rest of it and got rid of anyone on Twitter who was talking about Trump and the election, the fraudulent election, the steal. So if they're happy to do that, do you know what I mean? $51 billion in 2 days, mine, between Twitter and Facebook, and they were happy to do that, shows that they're not in control of it, that somebody else is in control of it, which is why we're always being censored. So yeah, what I'm going to do it. I'm out. I'm going for a walk with my mate this morning. So when I come back later, I'm guessing it's in my settings, I'll go in there and I'll make them private, so that only my friend. It is a bit of a catch-22, because the whole point of me even wanting to be on Facebook is because you do, although it's a pain in the ass, and Twitter, you do reach the people that you're supposed to reach, whereas the other platforms are a bit like preaching to the choir, so to speak, although they are helpful, obviously, you know, and there's loads of information going through there. But a friend of mine, I thought Telegram was meant to be, you know, uncensored and whatever. Well, my friend had a ban. She was blocked from Telegram yesterday. So what's going on there? You know, it just seems like a new platform will come up, unregulated by these, you know, by these big technocrats or whatever. And then it'll run fine for a bit, and then it'll either get taken or seem to get taken over. And then the censorship starts coming in again. It's just, I think Facebook and Twitter will fall flat on their face anyway, but like the mainstream media is going to very, very soon, if you haven't already noticed, because the mainstream media is wild. It's crazy. I'm still quite astonished, really, that people are not seeing that the TV is not there to tell you information or tell you the news. It's just a propaganda tool. It's just an arm of the political establishment, and they're using it to their advantage. Well, I say political establishment and the medical establishment, actually, because they're the ones who primarily own the media. Bill Gates owns a lot of the media. Obviously, he's got his fingers in every pie, as we know. But that's the thing, that they're not going to... I don't know why people are still watching it. I really, really don't, guys. I don't know if it's because you're stuck in your homes and there's nothing to do. You know, you've got the internet, though. You've got the internet, though. So you know that there's another side to this. You know that there is. And I just think, you know, even them themselves on the TV are telling you. They're actually telling you, you know. Even that something as simple as... and they put it up every 5 minutes. I see it when I go downstairs and my mum's watching it, and my dad's watching it. And it comes up and I'm like, they say it every day, numerous times. They'll give you the death rate, but they'll say anyone who's tested positive, well, it's 60 days now, but it was within 28 days of dying. Or, anyone who's tested positive within 28 days, right? So, but all these people could have had tests and had cancer and dementia, and they have. Cancer, dementia, pneumonia, you know, old age. There's a lot of things that come into this, you know. So yeah, I've forgotten what I was saying, so I'm just going to have to quickly move on because I can't be bothered to edit this one. The media, yeah, sorry, they're telling you how many, you know, that they're actually saying it to you. So when people say, oh, 100,000, we're at 100,000 people dying. No, we're not. No, we're not. Of COVID. No, we're not. 100,000 people dying of numerous things that have been labelled as COVID, or they've had a COVID test within 28 days. And that can be, I'm not even going into the, I will do another one and go actually quite in depth in the test, because the PCR test, you attack, if you want to bring this to its knees, you have to attack the PCR test, because there's no, I mean, you could not even having to mention the isolate here, the virus isolate, because that hasn't been isolated, that hasn't been purified. So doesn't even exist. So unless you know what you're looking for, the PCR test is useless. Do you understand that? You can't look for... It's just pulling up all genetic... And like Carrie Mullis and others have said, you keep cycling it at high cycles. Anyone will test positive because it's an amplification tool. And the PCR test is key, actually, in this, because this is how they're using it to lock you down. Oh, there's so many cases. And I just think... I think it's gone so far, right? Because I was convinced last May, June, I was like, people are going to know. There is no... Because by that point, it was so obvious to me anyway. Well, it was obvious from the start, pretty much for me. But in a few months, when I started to see people coming around and they were like, you know, things are not making sense and blah, 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 blah. And I thought, come May, June, everyone, this will be over. It'll be like the swine flu shit. They're going to know. They're going to know. It didn't work like that today. It seems that the more fear and the more nonsense that they're peddling through the telly gets you deeper into this state of, I don't know what. Are you really scared of a virus out there? A virus that we've never seen? Viruses can't even transmute through the air anyway. But are you really scared of that, or are you just stuck in a state of fear because they are pushing it on you? Because I just can't. There is absolutely... There are millions of inconsistencies with this, absolutely millions. You know, I've explained, many of us, day in, day out, are showing you, look at this. And you're just not seeing it. And I just don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get it. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. My dad was interrupting me shouting up the stairs, so I just completely lost my trail of thought there. Basically then, yeah, I just don't understand, you know, how far this brainwashing has gone. I don't understand if it's just ego. I don't understand if it's just, you're just paralysed by fear. If it's just so much information that you've been bombarded with, you can't think straight and you just therefore are just going along with what you're being told. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, you know, guys, this is wild. But in a couple of weeks, we're going to see all this anyway. It's really going to come to light, and it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of you. A lot of you. We've tried to prepare you for it. We tried to warn you for it. But you're going to be shown, you know, and there'll be a very, very small percentage of you, unfortunately, that will never see it. You know, you're just not supposed to, I don't think. And unfortunately, it is unfortunate for you. We can't wake them all up, can we? So anyway, yeah, I'm probably good tomorrow. I might gonna do you know, maybe it's some on some virus on the either the PCR or viruses in general, because this is where it needs to be. We have to understand the truth about a virus, and then they can use it again. I know I keep saying it, it's like a broken record, but maybe, you know, repetition works. We have to attack the PCR test, which is unfit for purpose, which is driving these lockdowns and ruining small businesses and destroying mental health and driving suicides. And it's just, this has to stop. You know, which side of history do you want to be on here, the right side or the bad side? I don't care how many people are going towards the bad side. This is the herd mentality that kicks in, and people don't want to because not enough people are doing it. It's very strange. People don't like to think on their own, but once they see a big herd of other people do it, they'll follow. This is why we call it, you know, it's the herd mentality, like sheep. It is one follow, and the other thing is you don't want to be judged. I know that. But this is no time for that. If you've got kids, nonsense to that. Do you know what I mean? If you've got children, you have to get up and do something about it now. Help us spread the word, because I can't at the minute. They've taken my platforms. So, you know, you need to carry on doing it your end. Anyway, I better go. I'm going to go for my walk. So, yeah, I'll come back tomorrow, perhaps do one on the PCR and go into, you know, into detail and see if we can, you know, get that out there. Anyway, have a nice day all. See you later.